How's it going, friends? Luiginator here. Welcome to the next Luiginator podcast. Today I'm joined with two guests. Luiginator, say hello.
You son of a bitch. How's it going, friends? Luiginator here for another Luiginator podcast. I'm the only Luiginator, no matter what either of these two are about to say. Today we have Sam, our podcast co-host. Sam, say hello.
Hello. This is a normal introduction of the co-host. Nothing wrong here.
And joining us once again for the first time in a few weeks now, we have Phillip. Phillip, say hello.
Hi, I'm Luiginator here with the Luiginator podcast. We're here with two guests today. Hello, friends.
All right, Phillip. You know, I probably shouldn't let you plug it because of that. But Phillip has started his own channel. I think the last time you were on, you had just started it, and so we plugged it last time. But I can't remember. Phillip is on a podcast with our good friend Seth. Hi, Seth.
Hi, Seth.
Phillip has started a good podcast with our friend Seth called Brute Neighbors.
Yeah.
Brute Neighbors podcast. Phillip, would you like to talk about that very briefly?
Yeah, Brute Neighbors podcast. We talk about everything. We talk about rocks, bricks, movies, all the fun stuff. You know, the classics, the fundamentals. We're on a little bit of a hiatus right now, but we're about to start our next season, quote unquote, hopefully in the next couple weeks. So pop on in over for that.
Yeah, link will be in the description if I remember, which I probably won't because I never remember to put cards on these videos. There will be a card that links to their channel, but definitely for sure there will be a link in the description that links to their channel.
Maybe a Zelda too.
Maybe what?
Or maybe a Zelda too.
Okay, Phillip, goodbye. Phillip is no longer on this podcast, but I cannot kick Phillip out because, Phillip, where are you recording right now?
In your room.
Whoa, Phillip and I are together again.
What? You guys
Crazy.
moved in?
Don't worry about it, Sam.
Yeah, I live in the
we'll
closet.
fill you in after the recording, Sam. Don't worry. And speaking of the recording, today's topic, everybody, is a fun one. Normally, when we get on the Luiginator podcast, we just talk about stuff and opinions. But today, we have an activity. Today, our prompt was you have 10 minutes from right now to come up with a video game idea. And then you have to sell us on your video game. So, yeah, it could be as complex or as simple as you want. So we're going to pause the time right now, and we're all going to think for a few minutes on a video game that we want to make. So we'll be right back. Give us 2 seconds. And we are back. We were originally only going to take 5 minutes, and then the internet went out, so we picked a really good time to do our planning. But we all think that we have our video games in mind. Isn't that right, Phillip?
Absolutely.
Especially,
I definitely used all that time thinking
Exactly.
about my game and
So-
not be BSing the entire thing. I am completely ready.
Normally, I'll start at me and work down the list, but today Sam is very passionate about his ideas, so today we are going to start this podcast with Sam, and we are going to work our way up, which, Sam, no pressure, that means that at the end of lightning round, you provide the final thing. For the first time. Look at that.
Wait, I'm providing the final thing or I'm providing the first thing?
For lightning round, you provide the first and the final, because that's what I always do. I'll always start it and then end it.
The power is yours, Sam.
So wait, do I
prepare.
Well, I don't
Prepare yourself. Anyway, Sam, what's your video game idea, bud? What you doing for us?
Okay. So here's what I'm thinking. I am a massive fan of role-playing games. So obviously I'm going to shoot for a role-playing game.
Fair.
And one setting that feels like it always has a lot of potential is a kind of fantasy game, one where you have a massive open world to explore, no technology. This is a fantasy world where there's magic, knights, thieves, the whole shebang, castles. I feel like this is the type of setting where you can have the most fun. Or the massive potential of the fantasy world. And of course, I want to make it a cooperative game, preferably 4-player co-op. I'm not a fan of MMOs. I feel like MMOs kind of take away a little bit from kind of like the like experience a little bit. Because it like, you know how when you go into a tavern and you're like, okay, I'm here on my quest. I need to talk to this barkeep or whatever to get some information, and then you see like 200 other people talking to the same bartender. Like that kind of takes away from the illusion, right?
Yeah, I understand completely.
Yeah, so that's why I'm limiting to like. Obviously, I want to play with friends, but I'm going to limit it to like 4-player cooperative. No MMOs here.
So wait, would it be like You say four-player cooperative. Would it be that each player saves their own stats, so like they can play single player on their own and then join later? Or is it, you make a new character every time you join someone else?
Okay, I'll do it like this. You can save up to 3 characters, and you can set to like, I want this character, or I'm going to use this character for like my time only, and I'm going to have this character for with my friends. But you can use that character
Diablo does it, doesn't it?
What?
Isn't that
say,
how
Phil?
Diablo does it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I've never played Diablo. But yeah, it's like, this is your character, and you can do drop in, drop out co-op anytime you want. If you want to play solo, you can, but like, you don't have to switch characters to play with your friends.
Okay, so it's kind of like, and I know obviously like mechanically the game would be different, but in terms of just character, it'd be like Dead Island, where you can bring like your like level up to Sam B or level up to whoever into the other game. Okay, cool. Okay, I'm on board.
Yeah, your character just exists, and you can put him or her anywhere you want. So while we're talking about characters, definitely want this game, because it's a role-playing game. I want people to be able to make their own character. Play as male or female. You get to choose your starting attributes. You can decide how your character will look, how big or small he or she is. Like, I don't want to go like crazy with the character creator, but I want to cover like all the general like body structures for a character creator. So, height, weight, similar to Arc actually. Like, starting off like some simple stuff like, change like your jawline and your head. And then, like, I'll just give you a slider where you can have, like, big, meaty claws if you want.
Okay.
And then, of course, outside of, like, getting the, like, general structure of your character down, then, because this is an open world, and I want to have, like, cities bustling about with, like, shops and stuff, of course I want to, like, give people the opportunity to, like, customize your appearance. Like, this is your role-playing world. Like, you decide how you look, how you dress, how you come off as other people. And I don't know. What?
I gotta draw some attention for everybody to the picture that you have used to represent customization for your character. Because
there's a Taylor character in the game.
It looks like it's an ad for some site. And
oh shit! Yeah, it's study.com. I'll delete that. We're not advertising other people. They advertise us.
Check out study.com unless they're terrible. In which case,
no. All right. Yeah, I kind of missed that. All right, but yeah,
I think that's close enough to a spot. I'll be right back. Keep talking about your game for Phillip. YouTube banter. I'm gonna go get a quarter. That's close enough to sponsor us.
Crap. That was a sponsor someone else, not someone sponsoring us.
Yeah, here we are.
Yeah. So yeah, basically, like, I want to give like lots of like outfit designers, ranging from hats, glasses, different layers of like stuff you can wear, like on your upper body, ranging from like a basic shirt to have that shirt with a jacket on, or just a jacket with just like a, just a piece of cloth, like, and then of course ranging from lower body to shoes as well. So make every character feel unique. I don't want to have moments where like I just go buy one outfit and then I see my friend wearing that same outfit.
Yeah, you want to have like a large degree of customization, kind of like honestly GTA and like
yes.
Wait, listen! Everybody listening?
Sponsor.
Yeah.
We did it.
Oh.
Continue.
Yeah. Definitely everyone's got to have like their own unique outfit, so that's why I think like a detailed outfit option can help with that. So yeah, someone might be wearing the same jacket as you, but they're probably wearing it in a different way. Yeah. Or
just full customization on the character.
Yes,
I'm down for that.
How story based is it then? Because I know sometimes that's an issue with games, like why they don't want to do character creators, because that can make like cutscenes and stuff difficult.
Like Persona.
Yeah.
I guess so. Well, here's what I believe. I think people don't want to do character creators a whole lot because they want to have like one detailed main protagonist to also have a voice that matches him or her, which is why
to for a story,
yeah, which is why I'm also fine because it's a role-playing game. I understand, like, yeah, I do still want the option of like you can choose your own dialogue, similar to like in Mass Effect. You can choose your dialogue and whether or not you want to be a Paragon or a Renegade. I'll still have that option, but like my character doesn't need to talk. Like I don't need a voice actor for the main protagonist. I can just choose dialogue and then have the rest of the game play out with the voice acting. But if other people want,
Sorry, yeah, just like kind of like the BioWare games where like the protagonist is mostly silent, but like you still interact through text boxes and everyone else talks.
Yeah, exactly. And also like less time for the voice actor. My internet cut out right now, so okay, there I am. I'm back. So I was just
that's the theme tonight.
Yeah. But what I was just saying was just like you take out dialogue, you take out voice acting for the main protagonist. That's less work for the developers. You don't need to hire another voice actor or voice actress. Your characters, your main protagonist, is already set because it's the player. The player should like if the gamer playing this game wants to hear himself or herself talk, that gamer can talk out loud or make a voice of their own. It doesn't have to be the developers have to give you the voice. Unless, like, you know, I actually go out and, like, make this game. I'll send out a petition like, hey, should the main protagonist be in mute or not? And if they go with yes or no, the main protagonist should not be in mute, he or she should talk, well, I'll put in, like... Similar to how Dragon Age Inquisition did it, they had an option where you get to choose your race and class, and then you have an option to like, do you want voice 1 or voice 2? I would have something like that.
Oh, like Saints Row. Saints Row does that.
Yeah, even Saints Row. I'll do something like we have like a selection of protagonist voices, and the player can decide that if I decide to go with voice acting. How am I doing on time? Do you want me to keep going?
You're fine. Keep going, bud.
Okay. So then, going back to like the world you explore, I definitely want this. I don't want like a massive world. Like, okay, like looking at GTA, yeah, that world's pretty big, but also everything's taking place in the city. Barely anyone goes into the mountains. Barely anyone goes into that city that's on the north side of the entire map because it takes like 5 hours to drive there in your supercar. Like. That's not appealing to people. Like, yeah, great world and all, but you're giving me no reason to explore it.
Yeah.
So I'm looking. So what I'm kind of thinking is like a medium-sized map world. Well, the place it will be divided in like sections. Like this place is all forest. This place is all swamp. This place is a major town, similar to New York City, where there's literally buildings and towns everywhere. If you want to socialize with, say, certain NPCs and learn more about them, learn their quest, learn their story, this would be the place to do it. There would still be random encounters in the forest or swamps or other places you decide to explore to quest. But if you're looking for, like, you know, people to come to you in a bustling town, it would be in that one district.
Sam.
Yeah.
I have a question for you. I have a challenge for you. In this picture that you've posted, I would like for you to name all of these characters as I go through them, because I'm looking at them and I feel like I want to know the stories that we could potentially be interacting with. So starting at the left with this Gerudo-looking woman, what's her name?
Okay, so her name is Shanna. And her
Nice.
and her story is she's trying to sell this rare ingredient that no one is looking to buy. She's selling it real cheap, really good price. No one wants to buy it because everyone knows it's cursed. Your player comes along and it's like, I will accept this challenge. I will buy this cursed item from you, ripping you from this cursed object, and I will bear this curse for you. Then hours later, the curse takes its effect, and then it's a whole quest line of its own. You go through that, then you come back and be like, hey, I just fixed this item of its curse.
Whoa. Don't tell us how it ends. No spoilers. No spoilers.
I gotta play
Okay.
through it.
Yeah.
Sam.
All right. So what about this red-haired girl? What about her?
Her name
Those are
is her name is Sam. Screw it. And
Whoa,
Yeah.
creator plug in your own game?
Just
What?
like that guy from the Powerpuff Girls. Shit, dude.
Shit, dude, that was his name.
Yeah.
I mean, he may as well have been. It was fucking creepy. Anyway, continue telling us about Sam. Sam.
Sam owns a stable, and she has a bunch of horses to choose from, and each horse you choose from has different stats, but there's this one horse who has a tragic story about the horse's mother dying. So the quest is
And so it's
you
Bambi.
So the quest is you can take care of the horse yourself. Rather than just buying a fully grown horse, you can mend to this baby horse and have it grow up with you. It won't function like a normal horse, but it's a continuous quest on which
Too
you
scarred
level
from
up your
emotional
own
trauma.
horse.
Okay. Okay. What about this dude in the flat hat over here? This prophet-looking fellow. What's his deal?
Looks like he's wearing a pan.
Yeah, and
like a
he's
fucking
like
bucket.
holding out his hand for something. He's got a big jug. What's his story? Who's he?
He's Henry, and he's a beggar that you can find on the streets begging for money. And you have, similar to Red Dead Redemption 2, you have the option to like give him $1 or ignore him or insult him. And there's a range of
Henry.
what things that can happen. If you insult him, he can possibly attack you and start a brawl in the street. You ignore him, nothing happens, or if you give him something good might happen to you. Similar to the honor system in Red Dead Redemption 2.
Okay. Before we go on to this next Eggman-looking fella, I gotta just say the reason I said Henry twice randomly in the middle of that. Phillip and I just started Silent Hill For the Room for the first time.
Tommy
And,
Wiseau.
and the main character's name is Henry, and so you said that, and I immediately looked at Phillip. Anyway, okay, so what's this Eggman-looking fella?
Looks like he's gonna stab me.
He looks like a hearty drinker too. It's not a good combo.
I'm gonna shorten the stories because we're gonna be here for a while if I keep coming up with like the long quest
that's-
slides for everyone.
I originally just wanted names, man. You were going off.
He's
I'm
giving us
passionate
the
about
world.
this
It's
stuff.
lore.
No, that's fine. I didn't stop you for a reason. So tell us, who's this Eggman
All right,
man?
this is Joe.
Man.
You can order a drink from him. He'll say, "Hey, I have a house special. Do you want to try it for like $5?" Say, "Sure." You get drugged.
Oh,
Whoa, wow, that's a plot line.
just like it's one of the Daedric quests in Skyrim does that.
Oh yeah, that
Who's
Daedric guy.
who's this stick boy here?
His name's Stickboy.
This is the mystery wanderer. We don't know his name. He's a random NPC encounter in the world. Every time you come across him, he will give you foreshadowing hints about your journey.
Okay.
Does he ever stab me with his stick? Not
I mean,
in a
you have to
sexual
stab
way,
him
but
first.
Literally. Oh, okay.
Who is
You'll-
this short fellow who has no reason?
That is your mentor, John. That's not a fantasy name, but whatever.
That's not a fantasy name.
He's not actually a member of this fantasy realm. He's like one of the game developers who got trapped in it.
Like his full name is
his-
John. That's not a fantasy name. Smith. That's his middle name.
His name is John. He's pointing at NPCs and then looking off camera saying, I'm not supposed to be here.
That's very
What
meta.
about this black guy with the scythe? Who's he?
He's one of the farmer helpers for Sam. He tends to the wheat that the horses eat, and you can become friends with him if you want.
Okay. What about this woman over here with the fun hat?
She
It's Fun Hat Jill.
she is a fortune teller in town that you can pay to have her read your fortune, and if you visit her enough, then she will actually give you a fortune that is actually a bit more detailed and meaningful because you're a regular.
I can't believe Fun Hat Jill is gonna give me 4 whole chins. Good God.
That's a lot of chins.
That is it. I don't think I am responsible enough for that many chins. I'll be honest. What about this little lad with the apple?
Is that a lad? I thought it was a lad. That's a girl, right?
I
mean, it could be either way.
Her
I don't
dress,
know,
their outfit is too big to see titties. Also, I don't know how they identify. So
Too big to see.
Anyway, who is this too big to see titties person?
A potential romantic interest of whether or not you can pursue.
Ooh, in spite of the lack thereof titties.
Yeah, you can fuck people without titties.
What?
I know.
Nobody told me that.
I know. I just opened up so many doors for you.
Oh my god. All right, and who is this other short fellow who definitely also doesn't have a reason?
He is similar to Pokemon. He is your rival. He will randomly come up to you and be like, "Hey, you may beat me the first time, but now I've grown stronger. Duel me," and then you can fight him.
Since he's so short, could we just kick him?
That's probably how your first encounter went. Is that you kicked him and he's just like, "You are now my rival. I promise to take you down one day."
Oh. He's gonna take me down.
To
nice.
Paradise City where the grass is green.
These are some randy short people. Nice.
And then the DLC, he drinks a potion and gets even taller. Then he kicks you.
Oh.
And then you die.
I like that that's DLC. It's not base game. They didn't want to scare anybody off.
You know why it's DLC? Because in the base game, you're gonna be kicking him, and it's gonna become a meme. So the DLC is gonna have a bigger impact when you get kicked.
Oh my god. All right, Sam, you have 2 minutes before I have to implement the 20-minute rule.
Okay. So I already talked about the customization with your character. Of course, this will have a classic leveling up system of whether or not you want to choose to be one who mains with swords, daggers, spells, or staffs. The whole shebang. I want to have a wide variety of weapon choices for you to choose from. Similar to Cyberpunk, there are no wrong answers. There's just which do you want to master in. And you can have a wide range of combinations on how they can all complement each other. More on that later. And then as you level up and build your reputation, you can put your money towards homes, armor, maybe even start a family one day. This can be end game stuff when you finally beat the main quest line. And then finally the main quest line, you go take down this big evil villain, and then plot twist, the game becomes self-aware and you time travel between fantasy world, Knight's world, modern world, future world, cyberpunk crossover. The plot gets crazy.
Adventureland, Frontierland. You get to go to Epcot. You go to California Adventure, but you won't stay long.
Hey, if they sponsor my game, I'll put them in the game.
God damn it, fuck's sake.
Alright, well, Caleb's away.
Yeah, that's the 20-minute rule, and it's Phillip's turn next anyway.
Oh god.
Go, Phillip,
Perfect,
go.
I'm done.
Alright, so I actually did kind of come up with something. There's a lot of rattling.
It's hard to get quarters out.
I'll rattle your quarter.
You have 20 minutes.
What?
I'm not gonna need all 20 minutes. So I knew I wanted to do something sci-fi, because that's one of my favorite genres. My immediate thought was something in the vein of a BioWare-esque sci-fi game. You go from place to place, you kind of choose your order, and you explore different parts of the world.
Wait. Cling. Nice. Continue.
But then I was like, well, I mean, we have that with Knights of the Old Republic and Mass Effect already. So what kind of twist can I put on that? While still having kind of a sci-fi fantasy feel with that kind of style that hasn't already been done. Underwater. So it is set. I don't know if the entire planet is underwater or if it's Earth, but it's with a future where there's underwater bases. Haven't thought that far ahead yet, but it's it's kind of in the same vein. You end up whatever the plot ends up being, some kind of fantasy. Obviously shit. There's some evil dude or some shit that you have to save the different bases from or whatever. And you can explore, there's different bases that you can go to. Some are themed in different ways, maybe from different cultures or just different, science fiction ideas, whatever. Each one obviously has different problems in the same vein. Mass Effect, Knights of the Old Republic. Also, I like the idea of having it be more of a fantasy world, maybe, fantasy... aquatic creatures, there can be the fucking Leviathan, there can be merfolk,
Fucking Leviathan.
Yeah,
Nice.
his name's Tim.
Oh, that's my grandfather's name?
Alright, Craig.
Okay, that's fine.
Craig,
I heard he has a good
Leviathan. It's okay. He checks it a few too many
Craig
times.
the Leviathan in his OK list is now the name of the game. Fine, it's the DLC.
Sure. But yeah, and like, obviously, honestly, I think one of the things, like, maybe there's like an Atlantis ruins kind of thing you have to visit to dig up some ancient shit. Underwater cave systems, maybe there's a fantasy race that lives down there. And just like this fully fleshed out fantasy sci-fi world, but it's set underwater. And like, I know underwater levels are a curse in video games, but if the entire game's underwater, what's the
Whoa,
I think
Subnautica.
Atlantica from Kingdom Hearts is honestly one of the better water worlds.
I agree. I liked it. And like, honestly, I like a controversial opinion. The Water Temple in Ocarina of Time, pretty good dungeon. Yeah, fight me.
Wow, oh my god, Philip, whoa!
Yeah, it's a good dungeon. It's like, honestly, probably my favorite dungeon in Ocarina of Time.
My favorite water world, whatever you want to call it, is the one from Dead by Daylight.
What?
My favorite water world, water level, water phase, I guess, if that's...
Is there one in Dead by Daylight?
Yeah. Dude, have you not played the Dead by Daylight map where it's just completely underwater?
And you just drown.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Poseidon's the killer. And the survivor.
You don't repair generators, you just rip the spikes off of sea urchins one by one.
And stab them into yourself because they have oxygen for some reason.
All the killers also have to swim and can potentially drown, except for one. You know who it is? Legion.
Fuck Legion.
Fuck Legion.
Yeah, so that's basically the premise, BioWare style, Jade Empire, Knights of the Republic, Dragon Age. Pick your different places, you have, obviously I would have to actually put time into like a plot and lore, but very lore and plot character driven story.
So this is like a single player game?
Yes, very much so. Campaign driven. Kind of just classic BioWare vibe with that specific setting. And like, I think it'd be a lot of fun.
It does sound like it'd be a lot of fun. Would it have a co-op option, or is it
No.
strictly single player? Strictly single player.
So all the weapons, would they also be like water-based related, like harpoon guns and just mainly melee weapons, or are or because it's fantasy, you're coming up with like new types of weaponry to adapt to the new environment?
A good chunk of that, like I'm sure you'd have some, like you gotta have a trident somewhere.
Oh hell yeah!
But like, it is also, I want it to be a little bit more sci-fi-ish, so it could be like literally a trident that is high tech and actually shoots like lightning out of it through like a battery source or some sort of power source. Like it's sci-fi takes on these like classic weapons. I think would be an interesting concept.
Not gonna lie, I thought you were gonna say it's a trident, but it's also a gun. It's like some anime shit.
It is now.
Trident gun. It's like gum, but
yeah, trident gun gum. My favorite anime.
Gum.
Well, not my favorite anime.
Every time your character fires it, he just go gung da dum dum bum.
Well, that sounded like it sounded almost like We Are Farmers.
We are gum.
No, we don't want to sponsor them.
So like, what'd you fucking say?
I said we don't want to reference them.
Okay.
That's definitely what he said. Yes. I don't want more places behind me.
I heard a different word.
But yeah, I think that'd be a lot of fun. Yeah, man, do it. Make it. Credit me. Make me write it. Make me hire it.
make you write it and hire you. Philip, we cannot. You have to do that, man.
Hire me. Give me money to make things.
You're talking to yourself.
Give me money to make things.
Phillips, this isn't how.
Give me money.
This is not how self-will works.
That's not how the
Give me
force
money and I will make
works.
it. But don't hire anyone else. Just make me make it. Give me money.
You keep saying "make me," Philip.
Make me.
Someone already made you. That's why you're here.
Whoa.
That's what it sounded like when you were born.
Instead of crying, I just go, whoa, how's it going?
It's the only time in recorded American history where the doctor looked at the parents and said, "Do you want me to put it back in?"
They're like, God, no. Anywhere but here.
That explains the itch. Well, Philip, I think this is an interesting. I think this sounds like an interesting game.
Hell yeah.
That's you.
Waterworld, starring Kevin Costner.
Keanu Kevin Costner.
Keanu Kevin Bacon.
Schmosner.
Oh, you putting celebrities in your game? Whoa.
Yeah, Norman Reedus is actually every character.
No, that's a bad omen now. You can't put him in now.
Hey, people liked, some people like
Oh,
Death
you know what?
Stranding.
That's right. I forgot he was in Death Stranding.
Yeah.
Never mind. Okay. He's a 50-50 omen.
Yeah.
Well, nice. Well, you have more time. Is there anything else you want to add to your game, or are you done?
There's fish.
Is it like this?
And
Oh,
you-
like this. Yeah, good job, Sam.
Yeah, good
Yeah.
job. There's fish, and you can ride them.
Whoever made this, that's
Oh,
actually Philip's
yeah.
game. I can't believe you stole his intellectual property before he said it.
I mean, honestly, I think it would be fun, like, because I really want it to be a blend of fantasy and sci-fi in this specific setting. So, like,
BioShock.
yeah, but better. I wasn't a huge fan. I need to give BioShock another go, honestly, because, like, I feel like I should like it. I just didn't.
I'm gonna try it on the Switch.
But yeah, like,
Wait, isn't BioShock just steampunk?
Yeah,
yeah, basically.
it's all Steam.
I think that's part of it. Is like it goes a little bit too, like it has like all the like, you know, like yes, it's sci-fi, but then like most of the stuff is set like 40s, like golden era kind of stuff. It's
Yeah.
like just give me full on sci-fi shit or full fantasy. Like don't give me this full. I don't give a shit about the golden age. I'm like do something else. I'm good.
Philip, there was so much gold though.
Mine, boys.
Mine for the taking. And to dig, boys. Dig up my. Never mind.
What were you gonna say?
No. Hey guys, so Philip's done early, and we're right at.
You can swim, but it's fast and well done.
We're right at the halfway point. And so I'm gonna go ahead and start halftime. But what we do at halftime is we go into the Cool Kids Chat Club, which is the official main chat on the Luiginator Discord server, and we talk about whatever you guys want us to shout out and talk about. So if that's something that interests you, if you want to hear us talk about something at halftime or like shout something out at halftime, join the Luiginator Discord. There's a link down below, and just hop on in. And I send out a notification right as we're about to start recording every single time. You could be on that. And here we go. So this time we have two things. One, we have from Luigi Lover 30. I've wanted to participate in a podcast for a while, but I have too much anxiety. Well, I just mentioned you, so you're on it.
How's that
So
anxiety? Better turn that frowny face into a smiley face, because you're a star now, baby.
Heck yes. Oh, we have three things. Oh, nice. We just got another one.
Oh shit, they're piling up.
So the
mail.
second thing is from Sonic Saber 25.
Like the name.
Here's a good one. How about the Resident Evil 8 Village Showcase that's about to happen soon? It's on January 21st, tomorrow. I did not know that was happening. I'm very glad that I know that, because I'm actually really excited for this game.
I'm mad it's not Silent Hill.
I'm also mad it's not Silent Hill, but that's not going to prevent me from enjoying it when it does come out. I have been very excited for that game since it released. That was one of those games where when they first were showing it to me, I was like, wow, this looks like a really cool new IP, and then they surprise revealed at the end that it was Resident Evil. I'm really excited for it. I will probably be checking out that showcase tomorrow at some point.
I won't, because I played one Resident Evil game. It was okay. I haven't played the remakes though. Too. Like I played the remake of 1, and then that was very different from like the remake of 2 and beyond. So maybe someday I'll get into those games. But I want Silent Hill.
I also want Silent Hill. Please make Silent Hill.
I have no opinion.
Yeah, I was about to ask. And our final thing comes from Happy Pants with a Z. Happy Pants says, just shout me out during halftime.
No, I refuse.
Wait, and then he says, wreck me, please. No, I'm not gonna.
Excuse
I'm not gonna
you?
wreck you, Happy Pants. You have a wife and child. I'm not gonna do that where your wife and child might hear it, but tell them I said hello. And then someday
This
when the
isn't
kid's
that-
older,
this is not
you can be
that
like,
kind
hey,
of
look,
podcast."
this fucking loser shouted me out on his podcast once. That's a thing that happened to me once. You're welcome for this story for your kids someday.
What's up, Timmy?
I don't know what his kids.
Is it
I'm
Timmy?
not Happy Pants. I'm not gonna ask you what your kid's name is. That just feels like too private. You can tell me if you want.
I've decided your kid's
But-
name is Paul.
What about Timmy?
It's Paul Timmy. With
Paul Timmy?
D. Paul Timmy. Paul
It
Timmy.
sounds like a Greco-Roman like hero. Paul Timmy.
Paul Timmy.
Oh wait, no, there's one that's called Ptolemy or something like that.
It's along
Wait.
those. It's the same vein. Yeah, it is Ptolemy. PT. It's spelled PT. Yeah.
Yeah, Ptolemy. He was a mathematician.
And now it's Ptolemy. Whoa, no, that's Paul.
That's Ptolemy.
Wait. What
It's
did I say
Ptolemy.
originally? No, not that.
You said
Something else.
polygamy, and we'll talk about that later.
As long as everyone's cool with it, it's cool.
Philip, do you have anything to say to Happy Pants?
What about his pants?
Well, we have one final announcement. Someone went in. It's Sam, parentheses, podcast.
No, what are you talking about?
He deleted it. We'll never know.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. I'm just on my phone over here. Ain't that
What were you asking me,
Right.
Phillip?
Well.
God.
All right. So it is now my turn. It is my turn to share my video game development story.
Phillip, it's about Phillip.
And
he does Phillip
I'm going to
things.
posit to you guys a couple of concepts real quick. So the first one is a very popular video game series. It's Assassin's Creed. I mean, everybody knows Assassin's Creed, right?
I know that game.
Yes, exactly. It's got iconic imagery. It is a work of historical fiction to the point of where once Notre Dame burned down, when Notre Dame burned down, the French government contacted Ubisoft to get their studies and what they had built and made and designed based on Notre Dame because it was so accurate to real life that they were able to use it to aid in their reconstruction efforts. Fun fact.
I have a fun
Shout out to
fact.
my art history professor who worked on Notre Dame and told me that. I don't know if I'm supposed to know that, and I'm not supposed if I'm supposed to tell you that.
That's just a theory.
But you know that. That's just a theory, a game theory. Game theory, please let me be on your show. So, Assassin's Creed, everybody knows that. Everybody knows the gameplay of it.
I have a fun fact.
What is your fun fact, Sam?
Fun fact, the person who voices Ezio Auditore is also the same person who is currently voicing Sonic the Hedgehog.
Wow. That's
Yep.
weird.
Ezio
Yeah.
Hedgehogori.
I have a
Absolutely.
fun fact. The person who voiced Rolf in Ed, Edd n Eddy also voiced Goku.
Ah.
Or was it Vegeta?
Oh,
One of them.
But still, that's still pretty cool. Main Dragon Ball character. That's
I'll
awesome.
Look it up. Wait, hold on. Rolf, Dragon Ball.
Did you know the
Voice.
person who voices Phillip on this podcast also voices Caleb on this podcast?
Well, who was he?
Well, you just
Yeah, he
blew
was
my
Goku.
mind.
He was Goku in the
know.
English dubs of Dragon Ball.
Nice.
Oh wait, he was in Stargate Universe.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Peter Calamus. Peter Calamus, please come be on the podcast.
Peter Calamity.
That'd be fun. That'd be a fun
The person who also voiced English dub Goku also voices freaking what's his name from Shadow the Hedgehog, that darkness guy, the Black Arms dude.
Riku.
time. That means that's also Rolf.
Holy crap!
many doors, Shadow Boy.
Full circle.
And
Anyway.
fan dub,
Once
here we
again.
come.
So, we are all familiar with Assassin's Creed. We're all familiar
Yes.
with the gameplay. You sneak around, you jump off
Yes.
tall buildings and somehow survive. You kill people for usually noble reasons, right? There's good reason to kill these people.
Yeah, revenge.
Right? So, put that in your mind, put that in your back pocket. Now, I will also submit to you something that is beloved across the entire world. It's one of the most beloved desserts, pie.
I don't know if I like where this is going.
Yes, you do. Pie. Beloved all around the world, right? Cool. Everybody likes at least one kind of pie. If you don't fucking lie to me on my own podcast. So now I will posit to you a third. Put that pie in your back pocket, in the other pocket with Assassin's Creed.
gross.
And now we're gonna see another thing. What's another thing that people like all around the world? Is cake. Everybody likes some kind of cake, right? That's pretty popular. I think that's pretty well regarded. Cake is one of the most widespread desserts. I would argue that cake is more popular than pie. Me personally, that's just my personal perspective. I think that's more popular. For after all, no one ever has a birthday pie, and if they do, it's a special thing. And you're like, haha, look, a birthday pie. It's not a cake, right? You get what I'm saying? Sam, do you agree?
I like
Happy
cake.
birthday, scones.
Scones are in here. Hold on, I'll get there.
Oh God.
So you have these three concepts. What if I told you that there was a guild of bakers? And it was a guild of bakers who were the best at their craft.
Baker's Creed.
And they were just doing their thing, but all of a sudden the cake side of it just decides to go Fire Nation on everybody and decides to say, we are the superior dessert. You cannot beat us. I wish this was on video so you guys could see the looks I am shooting Phillip, and then you could see the looks he is daring to look in return. The cakes decide they are better, and so a fraction of them, the cakes, decide to try and take down the guild from the inside.
So are the literal cakes or the people who make cakes?
The people who make the cakes.
Okay.
Yes, people who make the cakes. They're all still bakers, right?
Okay, yeah.
But it's the cake faction decides they're the best, and so they release propaganda, making it seem like they're the best. They create the birthday song, the happy birthday song, the concept of birthday cakes. They create all of the birthday lore that we know and love today, to the point of where other desserts start getting pushed down and pushed out, and things start getting left out and forgotten. So like scones, nobody really thinks about scones as much anymore, and pie becomes less popular, and like crepes and all these baked goods and really good baked things start falling out of popularity. Well, then a pie maker comes up and he says, I will not stand for this slander. My father was the Ulta baker. He could make everything perfectly. Cakes, pies, what have you. And so he rises up.
Oh no.
He rises up from the ashes of the Bakers Guild, which by this point, years down the road, has become a shadow of its former self. It is largely in hiding, lest they come out and be shut down by the cake people. So this child of legend and lore comes out and says, I will become the next Ulta Baker like my father before me. And he goes on an epic quest to take down the cake insurrectionists. And that, yes, it is called Baker's Creed, Phillip. You can fuck yourself. But this baker goes out and you learn the art of baking and you use it as a weapon. So
it's
you
Cooking Mama meets Assassin's Creed.
Actually, yes. Fuck you. You start out only knowing how to bake half decent pies, but then you start in your home territory, you learn how to make really good pies. You take those pies, you hone them into weaponry. All of a sudden, you can throw projectiles like ninja stars, like shurikens. You can throw pies where the crust is sharp like shurikens, and different flavors of pies have different effects. One could be poison, one is just, normal damage. One does critical hits, one is slower, but if it hits, does more damage. One is smaller, hits faster, doesn't do as much damage, right? Basic stuff like that. Really, really cool. You also create the ability to make power pies, which you can eat to give yourself powers. Like Mario, you eat an Invisipie, you turn invisible. You eat a big boy pie,
How did you
turn
find
into a big boy.
Big boy pie. I would get the big boy pie.
That's what he says every time he eats it. He goes, I eat a big boy pie.
I get to be the big boy. I get the big boy pie.
And so you master pies. You take down, you quote unquote take down, because he's like your mentor, take down the pie boss, which is just him saying, you must defeat me to prove that you are ready to face the world. You defeat him in a battle and he says, my boy, you are ready to avenge your father and the legacy of this guild. Go. Our guild still has Baker's Guild, like, people all out in the world, and as you go, you one by one take down different insurrectionists and different people who have rebelled, different cakers, if you will. And you take their powers and you absorb a little bit more cake knowledge with each one you kill. Put a pin in that, we're coming back to that. So you just go to each one, and I don't know what all baked goods. It would definitely be scones, it would definitely be crepes, and it would definitely be pies. But donuts. I want to have a fourth one before you get to donuts. Yes, the fourth one would be donuts. Thank you, Phillip. Phillip's now a co-producer. Yeah,
on my resume.
One of them is donuts, and each one gives you new powers. Donuts, you can throw them at people, but instead of being weapons, they're like traps that stay on the ground, like holes. People fall in the holes, and you just beat the crap out of them.
Shia LaBeouf,
right?
yes.
Yes, exactly. So stuff like that. Shia LaBeouf plays the main character. Shia LaBeouf, please be on the podcast.
Shia LaBeouf.
So
actual cannibal.
So yeah, so you're building this all, and finally you go back, you get to the last guy. Let's say Donuts is the last guy, just to pull that example. You say Donuts is the last guy. The Donut Master tells you you've defeated me, but you can only defeat the Cake Boss. Use it. Cake Boss is a show. Cake Boss, please be in my video game and on my podcast. Thank you.
What is this, a crossover?
It is now.
Oh, by the way, this is the Donut Master.
Yes, Homer Simpson is the Donut Master. Homer Simpson, please be on the podcast.
Dan Castanella.
So yeah, the Donut Master tells you, you've defeated me, but in order to defeat the Cake Boss, you must go and you must defeat all of his cake minions so that you can learn to cake. And so you have to go back, and if you haven't been defeating them along the way, defeat all of the little cake sub-bosses, thereby absorbing one of each of their 32, because there's 32 pieces of their cake knowledge. Yeah, but they're spread out. Once you have all 32, the four masters come together, there's a big ceremony, and you piece together the knowledge of cake. And knowing all of the knowledges of all of the different classes of legendary baked goods, you put all of their knowledge together and create one super baked good. And with this super baked good power, you can now rule over all of them, and you go to defeat the Cake Boss. Boom. Baker's Creed. Questions, comments, concerns?
I'd play it.
Sam, what do you think, man? Phillip would play it. What do you think?
How would the combat work? Or like, is it like a first-person shooter with cakes and pies throwing at each other, or is it like?
It would be the overworld gameplay would handle like Assassin's Creed, but it would be turn-based combat. So it'd be like, you know how a guard can see you and run at you? It's like that, only, you know, it's still stealthy, so you can potentially avoid all battles throughout, right? But then once you start the battle, it's turn-based combat. Once they, yeah.
Well, what's the difficulty? Is it easy?
It's got a couple. So it's got a cupcake mode, it's got a slice of cake mode, it's got a birthday cake mode, and then the secret like new game plus difficulty is wedding cake mode.
Ooh.
Yes,
wedding cake. Oh, that's multi-tier.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? No, I'm gonna scrap that. Because that puts too much emphasis on the villains. It's gonna be pie themed. So there's crumbs mode, which is very, very easy. There's slice of pie mode, which is normal. There's whole pie mode, which is like hard mode, and then the secret
pie.
The secret difficulty mode is gonna be called shepherd's pie. Shepherd's pie is really fucking good.
You're really fucking...
Shepherd's Pie is one of the like side quests you can do because he's like shunned from the guild, and you have to help him be accepted by the remaining members of the guild. And then you get the Shepherd's Pie powers, etc., which aren't super powerful because they're just under pies. But
you just throw meat at people.
Exactly, you just throw your own meat at people and then run before the cops get there. Just don't use the power on any of the preschools throughout the game. You'll be fine.
Oof.
Yeah. So that's the difficulty modes. Any other questions? I'm here, man. I got them.
Sweet, bro.
That's the tagline, yeah.
Assassin's Creed, sweet, bro. I hope it takes itself way too seriously. Like,
it absolutely.
Like, it does not like play itself as a comedy.
It absolutely
life or death.
treats itself seriously.
Yes. Death everywhere.
The closest comparison is like Sleeping Dogs. Takes itself very seriously, but like, you know, there's some goofy moments that just come from the fact that it's taking itself seriously while some goofy stuff is happening. Yeah. Sam, anything else?
I mean, I'm already sold. Just take my money.
Nice. Baker's Creed.
Oh wait, do we establish if this was single player or cooperative?
It is single player, but it can have Dark Souls style multiplayer, where one person at a time can come and beat the crap out of people with you.
Okay, nice. So it's temporary allies.
Yes.
If it's like a summoning like it is Dark Souls, can they actually be made like out of cakes and pies or whatever? Like whatever.
Can they pop out of a cake like a stripper?
Yes, that's how. Yes. They pop out of whatever baked good they choose. Like what? So like you start out, you can only do pie, but then like once you've beaten the scones master, you can pop out of a scone. Once you've beaten the cake boss, you can pop out of a cake.
You're always covered in.
This is getting some customization up in here.
Yeah. And also, very important, the protagonist is a silent protagonist in the vein of Link. You learn this lore from other people around you.
Nice.
Okay, yeah.
What is the protagonist name?
I'm with that.
The protagonist's name is, Pat. Short for Patissier.
Oh, I thought it was going to be short for Matt Pat.
Nope. Matt Pat, please be on the podcast. You're one of 3 YouTube inspirations for me, and you're the only one who has not been embroiled in controversy. So please, God, be on the podcast. My dream is that someday I get big enough that someone comes and watches these old ones just for like lol old video.
Yeah.
And then hears this and is like, Matt Pat, have you heard this? And Matt Pat's like, no, but I'm Matt Pat and I'm really awesome, so I'm gonna pay attention to it now.
Which one's Matt Pat? Is he
Game Theory? Okay. Yeah.
That's just a Matt Pat. A game Matt Pat.
Thanks for Matt Pat. So anyway, yeah. That's Baker's Creed coming right now.
I made it. Oh, gross.
Phillip, you stole it.
Now it's a cream pie.
You stole his game.
We are back from that heinous display of Phillip, and
it's all heinous.
And
all of me.
I will take 1 minute to explain this idea because that's how much we have. So we came up with another video game, but because we are in the last 10 minutes of this thing, we are each going to be limited to 3 minutes and 20 seconds, exactly, to the T, to pitch these games. So Sam is going to start us off when I say go, And then Sam, after 3 minutes and 20 seconds on the dot, I am going to immediately say, Sam, stop, Phillip, go. And then Phillip, you are going to go. And then Phillip, when you are done, at 3 minutes and 20 seconds, I'm going to say, Phillip, stop, Luiginator, go. And then I, Luiginator, will go
And then
say
stop,
my game.
Oliver, go.
And then I'll say, stop, Hammer time. And then
I'll collaborate. Sam will listen.
And then MC Hammer is going to bust through that door, and he's going to be on the podcast, and it's going to be our first celebrity guest. You guys are not fucking ready for this. I cannot stress it enough how much I am vamping right now, because I thought it would take me a full minute to talk about that, and it has taken me less than that. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hammer time.
Go, Sam, go.
Okay, so my game is a dating sim, and this is going to be the hardest dating
God.
sim you will ever play.
Hard.
You cannot save. There is no dialogue to read. It is all voice acting, and they talk as fast as possible. And you have to make choices on the fly. You have a timer for every choice you make, and if that person you're dating does not like what you have to say, that is 10 points down the drain. And if you say something they like, that is only 1 point in the book. You hear me? You lose 10, but you gain 1. This is hard. You have to work your butt off in order to get their heart for you, or vice versa. And there are
Wait, you have to work your butt off to make your heart work for them?
No,
Yes.
that came out backwards. What I was meant to say was
Well, I hope
you have
it
to
didn't
work
come
your
out
butt
backwards.
off for them to fall for you. You know, to have them accept your heart because you're giving it to them, but they have to you have to convince them
On
to
Christmas.
take it and return it instead of just tossing it aside because
extent, they give you
freaking love and stuff. But yeah, this is going to be hard, and it's going to be a long endeavor. And if you want 100% completed, then just one date, one person that you're romantic interest in, that's going to take you flipping forever, because even you're going to mess up a lot probably, or you're going to keep at it, because this game is going to be, wait for it, 20 hours long for just one person. Oh my god, what?
Shit.
Might as well devote your whole life into a laptop rather than real life. Oh my god, the game is the enemy. That's the story. Destroy the game. Destroy it.
Doki Doki
Destroy.
Literature.
Okay, I'm done.
Oh yeah, this is Doki
This
Doki
is Doki Doki Literature Club.
Fuck! Okay, don't destroy the game! Don't destroy it! I am not ripping off anyone. You have to do a new game every time you mess up if you want the perfect relationship. Otherwise, you're in the friend zone. Crap, that's depressing.
That's like Undertale.
I never played Undertale, so I'm
I
staying.
actually haven't played Undertale yet either. I really need to, because it's Earthbound inspired, and Earthbound's my favorite series. Sam, Phillip came up with the perfect name for your game. Did you hear it?
No, what'd he say?
Phillip?
Speed dating, because it's all time. Speed, but then it's also apparently really long, so I guess it's now ironic.
It's the irony. It's speed dating, but like somewhere in there is like a stopwatch.
It's like,
It's,
all right, stop. Date the same person.
You're still like going from
forever.
scene to scene, but I'm calling it oof date.
Oof date.
What? Oof. Oof date.
Yeah, 'cause it's
Sam.
full of
Sam.
mess-ups. Yeah.
This whole pitch was one big that's what she said. There were so many moments where you were just like, it's very long and it's very hard.
I just kept going like, that's hot.
It's very long and it's very hard. Sometimes it
Well,
gets very
I
creamy.
mean-
You don't know what that means, but you will know what that means. It's very
Well, I
sweaty.
mean, it's a
very
freaking
gross.
dating sim, so you
Sex.
know, it's not surprised that you're not
Very
able to keep it
sex.
in your pants, you ghetto weirdos.
That's the tagline for the whole game is that's very sex. Not it. That's very sex.
pretty
Who said that's
Sex,
very
bro.
sex?
Phillip did just now.
I can't hear Sam anymore.
Sam, stop! Phillip, go!
I can't hear Sam.
Go, Sam, go! No, go, Phil, go!
I can't hear. So I can't hear Sam's feedback. But Star Wars game. But I was discussing Knights of the Old Republic 3. But I think I've talked about that on the podcast before. So Star Wars game, but it's a horror game.
Oh,
A Star Wars horror game where
Alien. That's Alien Isolation.
no better.
No, with
It's okay. I
lightsabers.
said it's okay. But like, it's still like you have like the idea. I think is that you are a fledgling Force user, and you
Oh, you have left.
I know.
You're still
No,
I'm
here.
he's
trying to
back.
still can't
He's
hear Sam.
back.
I can hear Sam now. But so like you're a fledgling Force user who gets coerced to the dark side, and it goes like really fucking dark into the dark side. You try to become a Sith, and there's lots of horror elements dealing with the dark side and your internal fears and all that shit. Silent Hill meets Star Wars, and you're a Sith Lord.
Silent Wars.
Sith
Star
Hill.
Hills. Oh, Star Hills. Star Hills sounds really cute, actually.
And then it's evil.
Oh, like Undertale.
Yeah, but yeah. So like very much like you. Obviously, there's gonna be like monsters and shit you fight that are frightening. You know, in the kind of the same vein as like the Rancor or the Sarlacc, but more horror focused, more like. Just, yeah, like, lots of heavy, dark shit, because that's, like, Star Wars has that shit, but very few of their, especially now, medium go down that route, so it's entirely focused to the dark side, literally, and lots of horror elements, thriller elements, dealing with that darker side of the Force in that universe that we don't really get to see as much.
The horror is you're in the hallway with Vader.
Now, I think this would be set, like, somewhere in the Old Republic.
Because
there's still a lot in there that, like, also that's when the Sith were in their prime. So, like, for really going down that route, this is a Sith-focused game. Because we haven't really seen that. Like, the closest we've gotten is Knights of the Old Republic, where you can be a Sith, but, like, this is, you are going down the Sith route. You can maybe eventually become good if you want to, depending on how the plot turns out, but, like, this is Sith-focused. It is a Sith-focused game going all the fucking way with that concept.
I like that. Not many games actually just focus purely on Sith. It's always been the Jedi.
Yeah.
Can I play as Chewbacca?
No.
I want to play as Chewbacca.
Yet. He's not born yet.
Alright, but can it be like
Chewbacca.
Can it be like an
Sith-bacca?
Can I please play as a Sith Chewbacca, like a Sith Wookiee?
Sure, fuck it.
Yes. The main character is now Sith Wookiee.
So
this is my contribution.
every like internal struggle, it's just Wookiee sounds.
It's just like someone his close friend dies. This is cry of agony. Like
no, he's like Meowth in Pokemon. He's the one.
He's the
talking,
only Wookiee that can talk like common.
But he sounds like Sean Connery doing like a Scooby-Doo impression.
This almost sounds very similar to playing Saints Row 3, but choosing the zombie voice.
I really wish I had the potential to go back and videotape real life and show y'all what Phillip just did when I said that.
I was gonna do an impression and I couldn't.
Yeah, he looked like he was about to like fucking throw up on my carpet because it was like it started coming out and then it stopped. Phillip, stop! Caleb, go! All right, so everybody is familiar with, I am sure, with vampires. They're cute. I like them. I like vampires a lot. They're some of my favorite monsters. They're some of my favorite cryptids, whatever you want to call them. Everybody, I think, is familiar with baseball and sports games. And so that is what I posit to you boys, starting with a baseball one, because I'm a particularly big fan of Mario Baseball. I want a sports game where the characters are all monsters. And they can have special powers based on... Like, if anybody ever played Mario Baseball, you know, like how Mario had a fireball power, Donkey Kong had, like, a barrel power, blah, blah, blah. It's all stuff like that, but based on the power of the monster. So like, Vampire comes up and hits the ball with their special power activated, and so a swarm of bats flies around the ball and gives it extra lift, or makes it so that when someone catches it with the bats are there, they miss the catch because they're trying to get the bats off of them. Frankenstein, because he's associated with electricity, hits the ball and it becomes like electric, so if someone tries to catch it before it wears off, like before it hits the ground to, you know, ground itself, they get stunned, exactly. Stuff like that.
Nice.
Yeah, and it's
Can
just
monsters like these be in it?
They're paid DLC.
Yay!
So it's like the classic Universal monsters in a party sports game.
Yeah, or like just cryptids and monsters in general.
Yeah.
So like the vampires and Frankenstein's monster stuff that we think about from Universal, but also just like Universal cryptids. So like the Sasquatch, Bigfoot could be in there. The Yeti could be in there. A Chupacabra could be in there. The Loch Ness Monster would be a map because it's too big to be a character. Never mind, I want it to be a character. The Loch Ness Monster is a character.
Too big for Smash.
It's too big for Smash, exactly. That was stupid that they said he was too big for Smash, but they put Olimar in Smash. Olimar should be too small for Smash, if we're being honest.
Loch Ness for Smash.
It would be called...
Isn't he Pikachu size?
Monster Ball.
That's a movie that won an Oscar.
What?
Yeah. Sorry,
What?
Halle Berry. She won Best Actress for that movie.
Fuck! Halle Berry, you ruined everything. Don't be on my podcast. I'm gonna call it... Creatures in the Outfield.
I like it. That's good.
That's actually a lot. I like that.
It's gonna be called Creatures in the Outfield. I'm gonna play as the Wolfman a lot because I really like werewolves and vampires. Any questions, comments, or concerns, General?
That's my question. Oh.
Oh.
Oh, question mark?
Ooh.
Oh, whoa, whoa.
Whoa, oh. The soundtrack is going to be provided by Smash Mouth. It's going to be a good early 2000s callback.
Somebody once told me the Wolfman's gonna punt me.
I don't know. I thought you were
That's
gonna
not a
say it's
baseball
all
term.
Monster
Hear me
Mash.
What'd you say?
I thought you were about to say instead of Smash Mouth, it's all Monster Mash.
Oh no, the theme song, like the main theme for the game, is a Smash Mouth cover of Monster Mash. Don't just
They did the mash. That's not
No, that would honestly be pretty close to what their version of it would sound like.
Somebody once mashed me.
They did the mash, the monster mash, they did the mash, the monster mash.
Now I'm a monster.
Lightning round, Sam! It's lightning round! I did it! I got all the way there! Sam! No, you have another game to make! Go, Sam, go!
Oh, I have to make another one? Oh, crap.
Really fast! Go! Fast!
Top of your head.
Oh, crap, I wasn't ready.
That's lightning round, bitch!
Okay, it's a game, about, oh, crap, I'm
First thing that
blanking.
comes to your mind, go!
Okay, it's a game about where you fight the internet. And every time you post a comment on whatever, then someone is gonna reply to you, and you have the option to ignore or reply. But the more you persist, the more likely they're gonna come into your house and beat you up. And then when they do, then it becomes a street brawler type game where you beat the crap out of the intruder. And if you lose, game over. And if you win, you get to call the police to have them get rid of the intruder. And then as he's leaving, being handcuffed and escorted out of your house, he turns back to you and says, "This isn't over." And then 30 days later, you're still hammering away on your keyboard because the game's all about angry aggression.
That's too much for
getting out.
lightning, Sam! Lightning!
Returns.
You have to win the game by being the sole survivor on the internet, and it's 1,100 hours long.
My game is a racing game where you play as fucking forest creatures who are just unnecessarily overly violent, and they race in normal cars except when they fly, at which point they enslave birds, and the birds have to be the ones to carry them over gaps and shit like the fucking gliders in Mario Kart 7 and onward, and this would be my main character in the game.
Oh yeah, Dave.
Sam, you good, bud? You there? Phillip, go! Your turn, go!
Alright, so you play. So your main character is a guy named Carl, and he goes to the store and he drinks a bottle of chocolate milk. The thing is, he becomes addicted to the chocolate milk, but it's slowly turning him into a life-sized chocolate person.
Turning him into.
Yes, shut up.
Turning his insides.
And you have to keep drinking chocolate milk or you die because you're now relying on it. It's in your bloodstream, but you have to stop the chocolate milk curse. It's called chocolate melt.
It's called Fondoom. Chocolate Fondoom.
Chocolate Fondoom. That's the count that you fight. He's the one who gives you the curse. He's the villain.
All right, Sam, take us home. One more.
So this is a game about the office where you have to go to work and constantly get pranked by fuck, I don't remember any of their names.
Dwight Eisenhower.
Sure.
Dwight D. Eisenhower and Jimmy Buffett prank you.
It's a simulation of the office. You get hired at the whatever company they work. You go there, you get pranked, you do work. There's a camera constantly looking at you with the camera guy constantly going.
Oh my god.
Darth Vader's the cameraman?
And then you go home, and then the day repeats. It's a grind until DLC comes out.
And that is all for this Luiginator podcast. Thank you so much for helming that lightning round. Sam, do you have anything else to say to the friends before they go?
I'll see you later.
Phillip, thank you so much for being on. Everybody, don't forget to check out Brute Neighbors in the description. Phillip, do you have anything else you would like to say to the friends before we're done here?
Drink chocolate milk.
And my final thing for today is, as always, I love you guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more. Don't forget to hit the bell icon so you can get notified when this stuff comes out. Leave a comment down below and I'll respond to it with something stupid. And until next time, Luiginator out. See you later, friends.
Luiginator out. Wow.
I'll fucking eat you.
Ooh, please do. Don't threaten me with a good time.
God.